don't even know where the hell that just came from. But welcome to the second episode of Conversations for Liberation. I am excited again to be here, even though I know my energy probably don't really feel like it, but I am. It's been a lot going on, and I know that I told y'all that I would pull from the ebook for the next couple of episodes, which I will. I'm gonna get around to it, but I want to be transparent about a couple of personal issues that I've been dealing with, and just a couple of things that has changed since then. Remember I told y'all that all my shit was packed in bags and boxes, and I was getting ready to go and move to Georgia, and I was manifesting this move, and all of this stuff was happening. Okay. A move is happening. A move is definitely happening, but it is a solo move, and I am no longer moving to Georgia. I am currently manifesting a move to Texas. And I literally have about 10 places that I've already lined up to tour. Between the 23rd and the 25th, I will be in Texas, checking out places for me to move by myself. Okay. The last episode I talked to y'all about how me and Demetria have been together for the longest, and I was talking about featuring her on the podcast, and I was all excited and talking about how she was this person and that person. And flash forward. I am single. I am officially single, and you know how you be single and you be like, bitch, okay, so you single. Is you single or you single? Like, you single bitch, or like what kind of single is you? Bitch? Listen, let me drink a little bit of this wine, cause let me tell y'all. I'm single. I am single. Okay? I am officially single, and not looking and not talking and not being nice and not being nothing but just focused, and steadfast on my journey to try to continue to pursue happiness and to get my goals accomplished. Which is a perfect time right now for me, because of course this is something that I'm gonna be able to consume myself with, the podcast, and I'm about to really double down and really get real hardcore on my work. That always gets me through. I'm going to push the ebook and bring everything full circle. This is a lot. It's a lot for me. It's a lot for me because I have spent so much of my time in this relationship. Everybody that knows us know, like, people, it's getting ready to be so crazy how people can't even fathom us being apart. And I don't even really know how I feel about it. I'm real tight about it, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm real tight-chested about it. You feel me? Like, I'm real in a way about the shit, because I don't know. I really formed my life around this relationship. We've been through so much. Like, everybody know the stigmas that come with lesbianism and everything that you have to deal with to even exist in that state. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you coming from a position where you just get it. You just get discriminated against from internally. Like, you deal with it not just from outside, but you deal with it from like your family members, and you deal with it from the people closest to you when you lose so many people. And what people don't realize when that happens is that it draws you closer to the person. So everybody who wanted me to like kind of break away from Michi, when they wanted me to break away from her, and they distanced themselves from me because I didn't do that, they don't really understand how that drew us closer together. Because it was so many different times where she was all I had, literally. Like, we are best friends, and it's getting ready to be so crazy that I'm about to have to really embark on this journey by myself, because I don't even know what that feels like. That is the most unfamiliar feeling that I've felt in a long time. And My brother just got killed 3 years ago, but I am not shy in any way to dealing with that kind of pain. You know, even though it's different from anything I've ever experienced, that was the worst thing I've ever dealt with. But grief is a part of life. Death is a part of life. So you roll with it. It's a whole different thing when you got to grieve somebody who is still here. And you got to go through that process to just get on the other side of that, because it's nothing that you can do. It's nothing that you can do to make that shit make sense after 8 years. And I just feel for people who've been married, you know, a multitude of years, and they go through all of this and they do this, you know, they really do this, and they take it all the way to the house, and then they got a divorce. That is tragic as fuck. Like, I am so, like, this shit, it makes my stomach hurt. Like, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion behind this. And because I have, it's a catch-22, and at the same time, because I know how to deal with pain. But it just gets to a point, y'all, where you just want to get settled into a way of living and being. You just want to get settled with who you gonna be with. You want to get settled with what you're doing every day. You want to get settled with your business ventures. You want to get settled with supporting who you're gonna support. You want to get settled with your tribe. You want to get settled into the loyalty and the love. And you want to get settled with a person, like learning this person, what they like, what they don't like, you know, how they like their eggs, just all type of weird shit. And you get to a point in life where you really got to hit the reset button. And it's absolutely nothing that I could do. It's absolutely nothing I could do, because when it gets to a point in life where your blessings are no longer tied into a person, you know it's time. I remember giving somebody some advice, and they asked me, like, how did I know that was the person that I was supposed to be with at the time? How was I so sure to keep feeding that relationship and to keep manifesting my goals around that person and around their dreams and around their aspirations and around their family and trying to connect our families and to do all the things that I did? And I just simply told them, like, when your blessings are tied into a person and when you not around that person, your life just don't feel the same. The light at the end of the tunnel just don't glow the same. You know that's the person. Now, whether a person is for you overall is a different thing, because we all know and understand that God sends us people. Sometimes he sends us people to take care of people. Sometimes he sends us people to learn from them. Sometimes he sends us people to gain something, or for us to learn, and for people to take care of us. But that's a season, a reason, a blessing, a lesson. I think they say it like that. But it's never no guarantees, man. It's never any guarantees in this life. The only thing that we know for a fact is that we here, and we got to get up every day and make the best of it. And we know we gonna die. We know that at some point we're gonna leave here. Nothing else in life is a guarantee. And so love is such a risk. It's such a risk. And if you know how to do it, like I know how to do it, it takes so much out of me. Anybody that knew me when Darrell passed away know that I had been redeemed and reborn. When I got with Michi, I was somebody else. I've already started to embark on who I'm getting ready to become. And I'm so sad about it, because it was not supposed to be like this. I'm just so overwhelmed by the fact that I had a whole thing planned out. And I just cannot, I don't know what the hell. But I'm learning how to take it one day at a time, because that's the only thing I can do. Especially because you get to a point where you understand that you've done all that you can do in a situation. For me, that's like 8 years, because I'm so well groomed and well put together and well equipped for love. I'm a Cancer, so it's who I am. I had to like reset the clock on myself for real, because I talked about how God give you free will, and I could have went either way with it. It's always like that for me, and no matter what, I feel like I will win. But would I have the life that I've been thinking about since I was a little girl? Like, I'm the same person, right, y'all? who watch Cinderella every single day. Every single day. And one of the things that make me me and that makes me great is that I'm still so filled with love, and I still believe in love in the traditional, natural way. You know, we are all consumed to a certain extent with modern day life and all the trendy stuff and what's new and what's hot and what's popping. But like I said, I think one of the things that make me me is the fact that I still embody all the great things about life. You know, I'm still a very moral driven person. I'm still a very principle driven woman. I still honor the people that I love. If you my enemy, you gonna know you my enemy. But if I love you, you gonna know I love you. You know? And it's no in between with me with that, you know? And so I'm back to square one, which I feel like it's okay. Like once we get all over the theatrical shit, you know, when we get to a point where we understand that nothing happens, like I said in the book, nothing happens for us. It happens. Nothing happens. What do I say? I said nothing happens to you. It happens for you, right? And everything that I do, God will bless. Every path that I take, He will bless. Because no matter what, I put Him first. And I do my due diligence. I do what He tells me to do first and foremost. And then He gives me that will to be able to take my life in whatever direction I want to take it in. Because I put God first no matter what. In the book, I talk about putting God first. Absolutely. And building some kind of routine and some structure and discipline around the goals that you have personally. But ultimately, I feel like everything in life is about aligning with your purpose and pursuing purpose. Once you felt like you've given a person everything that you could possibly give them, and you watch them from afar be better without you, when they can stand alone and be okay without you being in the room, or without you physically having their back, or without you physically being in their presence, I've done what I needed to do in that situation. And then it's about what I want to do moving forward, because my assignment is finished. And so when I impact people like that, it always goes one or two ways. It can either go really, really good for me, or it could go bad for me. Because a lot of times people come around me and they just want to see what it is I got. You know? They just want to know how I do the stuff I do and how I am the way that I am. And I use my discernment to gauge who I let in close to me and who I keep in love from a distance, or, you know, treat them like, you know, whatever. But when you know that you've given something your all, then you really know how to bot with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I was not, like I told y'all, I was not prepared to come here and talk to y'all about this in no way. But like I told y'all, this podcast was getting ready to be something that I put on a pedestal to the point where I literally would never come on here and be fake. That's one of the reasons why I'm like a new person, because I'm just over all the fake shit. I'm over all the lies. I'm over all the bullshit. I'm over all the compromising. I don't even believe in compromise. The new version of me don't even believe in that. I believe in alignment. I believe in everybody being on the same page, focused on the same goals, going the same way. I don't know anything about constantly trying to convert somebody mentally over to understanding my worth, how to understand and see my vision. I don't know how to make people see how much I'm down for them no more. I don't know how to make up no more excuses for people. I don't know how to love a person who just, or love people in general who just don't show me that love in return. I don't know how much longer like people expect people to constantly downplay themselves when it's people like me in the world who gonna constantly keep them uplifted and let them know who they are. I don't know why we still in this weird place where we have so many resources, but yet we still go out ass backwards. We got to get on the other side of all this bullshit, because people are really going to miss out on so many good people if we don't start to understand the value of things. You know, I talked in the episode about how I was trying to enlighten people about the New World Order, and this is a part of it. understanding the value of people, because we got to realize why we're here. We are not here to just maintain material gain or for tangible things. You know, we are here to love, and that's it. Everything else comes second to that. I feel like it comes a time in life where you can't work hard enough, man, and you got to come back and gather yourself around the source of all our energy, which is God himself, or whoever y'all call him, whatever God, however y'all go about it. But y'all know what I'm saying. And we have to really pull from him as a source and try to connect more so with our biblical principles and leave all the worldly shit alone. Because what I can tell you is that people are getting serious about their fucking lives. People are waking up and realizing, like, I'm grown. Like, I'm grown as fuck. Because I know it was like a switch for me. And you go through so much and you deal with so much and you take so much, but you know when enough is enough. Everybody in their right mind know when enough is enough, bro. You get to a point where you just be like, okay. Because you start to become uncomfortable in your own fucking skin. You start to be uncomfortable with your circumstances and and the shit that you go through every day. Like, you can't brainwash yourself no more into saying that this shit is cool. The fortunate people, because transition is uncomfortable like that. You got to look in the mirror first. When I learned what accountability meant and excuse, something simple as excuse, as intelligent and wise as I am, I did not know the textbook definition of excuse. I looked up that word, and that word changed my fucking life. In an instant, it changed my life. Because I realized that I was making too many excuses. Well, I was making excuses, period. Because it ain't no in between with that shit. I realized that I was making excuses. I realized that I was accepting excuses. And that's what drove me to realize that I was not living up to my full potential. In no way, shape, form, or fashion. I was not living up to my full potential, bro. And I always gave myself too much room to just do little shit that I knew better than to fucking do from the start. No matter what, we go against the grain. Because if you was really raised and somebody put time, effort, and energy into grooming you, whether they did it a little, they did it a lot, whether they did it this way or did it that way, because people don't have that. People don't have that. This is what we got to understand, right? So even if you had somebody who took time to impact your life, something that they said during your growth period stuck with you mentally. You know what I'm saying? Before you even started to experience things. So we ain't even gonna talk about the fact that we have our own experiences, because now we grown. Like I told you, we grown. But the fact that we were raised, something in the back of your mind be telling you that you ain't living right. You know what I'm saying? If you have a relationship with God, if you come from a hood and you didn't experience death, which I feel like 4 out of 5 people didn't experience death at this point. In whatever way we've experienced it. And so those situations and those experiences, they tug at you. And it's only so far you can go with ignoring that shit, man. And then once you get real with yourself, guess what? That's when you get real with everybody else. Inevitably, it happens. Right? And I say, don't shoot the messenger. Right? Because if I ruled the world, we would be running on a whole different program. So when I come to people and I tell people, like I had to tell one of my close friends, because I was venting to her about some shit that was going on in my life, and I was telling her, like, you take me for granted too. You take me for granted too. I stand in the gap for everybody. Nobody stands in the gap for me. So that means that you take me for granted, and you're not living up to you're not living up to your biblical principle. You're not living up to your standard. You're not living up to your full potential in terms of how you contribute to the tribe. Because my tribe, the people that I connect with, the people I'm talking to you right now, who you right here that's talking to me, vibing with me right now, we go-getters. We hard workers. We entrepreneurs. We innovators. We ain't lazy. We ain't losers. We don't got broke mentalities. We educate ourselves. We exercise. We work out. We read books. We ain't on none of that lame ass shit. And so if you doing anything other than that, and you a part of my tribe, you connected to me, you making me feel some type of way, bro. Because ultimately, I'm looking at it like, you must think I'm about to pick your ass up and carry you with me no matter what. Because most of the people that's in my tribe know how my loyalty is set up. And that's why I'm in a situation right now where I'm like, damn, I got a dog. Like, because people will start to take you for granted. And the only time you take a motherfucker for granted is when you not on your job. Because I value people. Because I value myself. I get up every single day, y'all. Every day, y'all know. Y'all know. I am a product of my fucking product. Okay? I build structure and discipline around my life. My vision for my life create the discipline for my life. I was so tired this morning, I ain't go to sleep till motherfucking 5 in the morning, being up. Sick. I'm single. Cause that shit get crazy. That's why I'm just going around sprinkling my little fairy dust on everybody. Cause bitch, once I couldn't do this 4 and 5 and 6 times. I don't know why y'all bitches be falling in love 21 times, bitch. Cause I can't be up all night. I got shit to do. And there's a space in a breakup where you can't sleep. You gotta force yourself to eat. You lose your identity. You need the people around you who you fronted on for that relationship. Now you need them to come back and have your motherfucking back because you don't know who you are. You don't know what happened. You don't know what's going on. But fortunately for me, that's not where I am now. But, you know, that's just how it is. But, I mean, who's to say that I won't be in that space next week? You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all something. I just realized that I have a fucking phobia that I didn't know I had. Because I'm so used to being with Michi. When we travel together every time we travel together. So I go to the airport. I'm trying to get some tickets to go to Texas. This is my second motherfucking day at the airport, bitch. I don't even know what's going on, but I do. Now I do, because I went and got my shit together for today. I kept it pushing, and I got my shit together for today, and Spirit told me why that happened to me. But when I was in that situation, I'm like, I done got stuck in the motherfucking parking lots. Walking. Sick. Because I'm like, I don't fucking remember where I parked. This is the type of shit that Michi do. Michi gonna remember where we parked at. She gonna remember where we parked at. Bitch, I'm running my mouth. I'm talking like I'm talking now. I'm doing all types. I done gave her 3, 4, 5 lectures. We done went from Telegraph up the street to the airport. Bitch, we on conversation number 16. You hear me? Shit got real. She like, yeah, baby. All the time she know what's going on. I'm not paying attention to shit. I'm just like, look, I'm not, y'all don't know, bro. I don't even drive. People probably don't even know that I don't drive. Me and Michi been operating out of one car since we've been together. We done had so many cars flow through our. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that shit, because I know for a fact that she gonna come get me. I don't give a damn about, because my mind just don't work like that. I can't. It's them people. These people out here are crazy as hell. I can't be worried about them and worried about me, because you know when you drive, you got to drive for yourself and other people. And it's like this weird comfortability thing that I got being behind the wheel or something. I don't know, but you know you got to be on your toes. You can't be comfortable out there. You got to be focused on the goal, right? Getting where you're trying to go. But that's not me. I literally have never had the luxury of being able to be like a top tier driver. I just recently got my license. I don't know how, for real. I mean, I could drive. I can do anything I put my mind to, but it's just like, I be like, whatever. It's like small shit to me. Like, I don't be focused on driving. Driving ain't shit to me. I be focused on writing books and doing other shit. I don't got time for to be driving. Somebody come get me and take me where the fuck I gotta go. I don't got time for that. But it's a part of life. And so now I'm at this point in my life where I gotta relearn everything. I have to teach myself everything, y'all, because I am a new person. And I didn't even realize that I had that fucking phobia. I was in the parking lot crying. I had to call my sister. I'm crying, bawling like, oh my God, this could never happen to me again. I'm so tired of this shit. Because my mind just was, after a while, I freaked the fuck out. I was like, oh my God, why the fuck am I still in this parking lot? And I had just watched some shit on Instagram where Natalie from Bad Girls Club, she was fucked up and stranded on the elevator. She got out that bitch, she was tripping on the people. I'm like, I would have been and punched somebody. And I'm thinking that, but then 2 days later, I'm in a situation where I'm fucking in a parking structure, feeling the same way she was feeling. Like, oh my God, I done asked 3 people where the fuck I parked at. Can't nobody tell me where I parked at. And it's all because my mind, I was like, oh my God. And then I went from one extreme to the next. Now I'm realizing that I'm really by myself. I can't turn on and be like, babe, where did we park? You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking like she would have never got lost. This would have never happened. I would have never been in this situation. And it's like, I gotta stop because this is what it is. And it be small shit like that'll draw you back to a person, but then it be real shit that pulled you away from the person. Like, you gotta realize that, man, if you not growing with somebody, y'all growing apart. I'm sorry, don't shoot me. I didn't make this shit up. If I made this shit up, I'm telling you, everybody will be in peace and harmony. We wouldn't have no classes. Nobody ever feel less than. It'll be no upper class, middle. We wouldn't have none of that shit. We would all have to help each other and love each other. My world that I created wouldn't be nothing like this. I gotta abide by the same rules I be trying to tell y'all about. Most of the time, I can't make this shit up. How I vibe from experience. I can't tell you about nothing I ain't been through. I can't tell you about nothing that I have not went through and got on the other side of to become the person I am today. That's why I said, like, most people, they either fuck with me or they don't, because people be like, oh, she thinks she know everything. All that little weird, low vibration, mediocre ass bullshit. I should not have to always pull from my personal experiences, shit that I didn't put behind me, shit that I don't want to dig up all that dirt to try to help you, to try to make it what you want it to be. Take the advice. Like, you got to learn to hear shit and just know, like, she couldn't have made that up. You got to be a boss like that mentally. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, it's so much deeper than just somebody wanting us. I don't give a fuck about telling nobody what to do. Why don't nobody? I don't have no kids. I don't have a kid. And that's one of the great things about the situation. I ain't got to go through that. But I did say, a bitch that overcame her baby daddy a bad bitch. Like, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because I be talking to certain women. Y'all know I do hair, so I vibe with a lot of different type of women. And I be talking to women, and they be like, well, bitch, I ain't fuck with my baby daddy. Basically, like, I don't fuck with my baby daddy. I'm 100 proof. I'm on a whole nother frequency. You feel me? Don't let a bitch have multiple kids by a nigga. That shit is a whole thing that just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes until you have to weave through and grieve through that shit. And so ultimately, I just wanted to come and tell y'all that y'all not the only ones. Like I told y'all, y'all are not the only ones. I do want y'all to give me y'all insight. Give me some insight. Show me some love. Give me some energy on this topic. And I definitely want to always bring it full circle and bring it back to Conversations for Liberation, the ebook, because that is what's been keeping me. Me being a product of the product has been keeping me. Me getting up every day and disciplining my thoughts, meditating. I meditate 3 times a day now. Not playing no roles. I meditate 3 times a day. I've been making goal lists every fucking day. If I gotta make a gratitude list every day, I'm gonna make a gratitude list every day to focus on the positivity in my life, so I won't get so down about where I'm currently at, and I won't feel like, damn, I gotta go back. I gotta do, because I know the best thing for me to do right now is to just put one foot in front of the other, man. And I'm gonna keep y'all updated on this. I'm not gonna consume y'all with this shit because it consumes me. But ultimately, I gotta be fair. You know, this is not a podcast about a love affair. This is a real, you know what I'm saying, a vibe. And I wanted to do what it's supposed to do for me, because it's the reason why things happen the way that they happen. Like when I started this, other things ended. And I want to just let it be what it is. I want to kind of move forward and walk in the light and be Dominique. I told everybody that I would be going by Styles when I moved to Texas. I'm like, oh yeah, help me manifest that move too to Texas so I can get that off the ground and just start vibing like that. I'm gonna keep y'all. Now that's something that I'm gonna keep y'all updated on. I'm gonna take a train. I'm gonna tell y'all about that later, because that's heavy on me right now in a good way, and I just want to kind of keep that for myself. That's something I learned too. I'm gonna tell y'all about keeping shit for yourselves, even the people with kids. Don't feel guilty, because how the fuck is you gonna pour from an empty cup? Fuck them kids. That's it. Fuck them kids. I I agree. But people gonna take that a certain kind of way because I don't have no kids. But fuck them kids. I done raised kids my whole life. Shit. Can't nobody tell me I don't got no kids. Don't my soul seem older than what it is? I look good, but I got old soul. But listen, I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for coming. Reference the book, y'all. If y'all going through anything, we gonna get through it together. Because right now, I'm going through some shit too. And I'm gonna be up every fucking day doing my shit, getting all my shit together, okay? I love y'all. See y'all soon.